Hello guys, welcome back to itsjusttech. And now we're talking about an unsolved murder of Utah Tech CEO Erin Valenti. And in October 2019, it's in 2019. Welcome back. itsjusttech, labeled as a voluntary missing persons, with police refusing to investigate the mysterious mystery into this missing person's case. We are calling it was suspicious death, at best a murder mystery, at worst understanding. We are, of course, open to a better set of facts representing the truth. In a month of December 2013, NBC Initiative, a broadcasting titled Missing in America, had, as of the year 2020, a staggering number of 118 individuals still remain unaccounted for. Yet in the past 3 years, it has appeared that the missing adults reported and counted has dropped annually, while missing children cases have tripled in the United States. And her name is Valenti. I vividly recall a time when I was a mere child. I wandered the aisles of a grocery store. Suddenly, I found myself separated from my guardian, with no indication of whereabouts. Frantically searching the area, every corner and aisle I turned, it led more panic. Slowly it took every corner, and it slowly took hold of me. Eventually, my caregiver emerged from the shadows, catching sight of terror as had plagued me. Though they attempted to comfort me, the fearful experience I had already imprinted itself in my psyche, forever present in my head. The scared, the frightened, the loneliness I felt I'd been abandoned. Such events led me to complete the order that Erin must have faced. Of course, she was older. She was on her own. She was married with a successful business. But she was in a strange city by herself, opening Parador box. Something was clearly wrong with her. She was reaching out for help. All she could say was that we're in the Matrix. Yes, the Matrix. We'll get back to that. I inquired as to the identity of Erin Valenti. According to the Crunchbase file, it has been confirmed that she served as executive in residence at Mindshare Ventures. Additionally, she previously held the position of founder, CEO, and managing director at Tinker Ventures. It's worth nothing that the Tinker Ventures was established back in 2016 and operates a full-service production development agency that focuses on the creation of scaling tech products and designed for iOS, Android, and web platforms. Their headquarters was based in Salt Lake City, Utah, and the company currently at the time of the investigation on Crunchbase was noted having 51 to 100 individuals. Later noted there's actually over 103, referencing the best summary you could find from FrankReport. Reference link will be below. FrankReport.com Frank is a well-known investigative reporter. He digs deep and looks into mysterious circumstances and publishes his report in May of 2023, just last month. Good summary, Frank. Frank revised Erin Valenti's story, and in depth shows report the whole story has not been disclosed. The Tinker Ventures is worth nothing at Tinker Ventures, and then Valley, who was also the founder and CEO of the CEO, also founder and CEO of Ventures. Her company and the 130 employees, mainly Pakistan, designed, developed, and scaled technology products built for iOS, Android, and web. Passing in October 2019, despite initial reports, it appears that a full story surrounding her death has still yet to be revealed. Valenti, a fit, healthy 30-year-old, as noted by Frank, was based in Salt Lake City with her husband, a psychologist, whose profession became an important character as we move forward. Name Hairston Winston. Nobly, she was the CEO and founder of Tinker Ventures, a technology company. And so it's really cool how they do it, like how they do it, and like how they make the business, how they do it, how they make stuff for the iOS and all that stuff. And then Frank notes that in Control Labs, PhD, they have PhDs in computer neuroscience, biomedics paired with hackers, enclosures experts.
Wait. Frank noted what? Frank's report came up with something that I hadn't previously seen. She's trying to get involved with Control Labs. We don't know if it's monetarily or an investment already, but Frank is telling us what Control Labs is. They have PhDs. They have PhDs in computational neuroscience, biomechanics, paired with hackers, encoders, experts in signal processing, machine learning, and human-computer interaction. That's what I said. Cyborgs.
Yes. Cyborgs, industrial designers. This was a company that was all about melding artificial intelligence with the human mind. On Control Labs' own website, they published the following future of a brain-machine interface is non-invasive. Instead of surgical implants, Control Labs uses a state-of-the-art detection and machine learning to read your neurons from outside the body. I think Minority Report, the first step will be technology precise, picking up the signals from inside your body to control devices outside of it, with a little more than natural gestures. Control Labs continues, stating the next step. We already closer than most people realize. Now note this was published almost 3 years ago. We've been reading the intention directly from your brain and published on the Control Lab site. Wow, that really seems weird. Tinker has impressive track record. According to Crunchbase, building more than 700 projects ranging from mobile apps, SAA applications.
Oh, that's software as a service.
Oh yeah, and like the software as a service, yes. Tech-enabled marketplace and customer websites for major companies like Facebook, Soul Candy, Live Nation, Person, Metro PCS, and emerging startups too. Now they were launching into cyborgs. Prior founder Tinker Erin Candy Tinker and held a significant role in director a producer development at Overstock.com. We will talk more about that later, leading to a team of 250 skilled engineers. With her expertise, Valenti was known for intellectual discussions, groundbreaking advancements in the field of technology, and which cutting edge concepts such as drug-free implants, free mind controlling brainwave interference technology, brain machine, and Erin computer interface.
Wow, you're telling me that she was on the cutting edge of technology and was actually working with individuals who had already tested cyborgs?
Yes.
Wow. What else happened?
I told you this was getting weird. Moreover, her company website was linked again to Control Lab. I will point out again, an esteemed hub for neuroscience and behavior, founded by Thomas Regan, according to FrankReport. Valenti had no history of mental health disorders or substance abuse. She was a true entrepreneur. In late summer, Valenti spoke to FrankReport about wanting an executive coach. Rafi's coach was about the whole retreat in California. Also, she flew. This turned out to be a final trip. On October 1st, 2019, Valenti flew from her home in Salt Lake City to Orange County, California, to attend Great Powerful, a 3-day seminar designed for business owners. Noting in California, these types of seminars are weekly, intense, and often costly. It may be one price to get in the door, but quickly upsold this seminar. It was in the beach town Laguna Niguel, an absolute paradise on earth. Like a Great Powerful is a workshop noted to be designed for leaders to reflect and move beyond their own specific limits. After the seminar on morning of Thursday, October 3rd, Valenti flew into the Bay Area for a 2-day conference in Monterey for founders and tech inventors. She was determined not only to get the hurdles that she was facing, but busting them down and getting new ideas and coaches to get her to the next level. During the weekend, she met with friends and former Silicon Valley colleagues for dinner and brunches. She packed her time.
Sounds like she had a lot of friends.
Yeah. Friends, she said, talked excitedly about new business ventures. She planned to fly back to Salt Lake City and express excitement about coming home and putting her new ideas into action. The seminar renewed her interest, and she wanted to start hiring a local team. It would allow her to broaden her horizon with Tinker Valet board a flight to Bay Area after attending the seminar. On that Sunday, she had dinner in Palo Alto with J.J. Carwell, a principal at Summit Partners. He noted to be her first boss. In the morning of Thursday, the 3rd October, she had an important 2-day principal at Summit Partners. He was noted to be her first boss. In the conference in Monterey, he intended for founders and tech investors. During her weekend, she met with friends and then again. On Monday, the 7th, she was scheduled for a women's conference in Salt Lake City. She had the plans. She was moving forward. Her family received daily phone calls over the weekend. She shared a meal with her first boss. This was hardly someone who was about to go missing. Nothing. J.J. Carwell had attended Harvard University and Harvard Business School and became CEO of Voluntary and Constant and a current venture capitalist at Summit. Then FrankReport became serious, noting agitated phone calls between Erin and her family. Fanny said she refueled the car, but now the car was running out of gas. She was afraid of missing her flight. According to reports, Valenti's last known sighting was by her former manager. Dan Jacob, also at Summit Partners in Palo Alto. This was on Monday, October 7th, in the afternoon, where she contacted her parents, and after leaving her friends and struggling to locate her rental car on her way to San Jose International Airport. Unfortunately, there was no tracking devices on her gray Nissan Muru with California license plates. There was no device.
So she drove all the way from Palo Alto, which is north on the 101, down to SJC, which is San Jose International Airport. Palo Alto to SJC would be about 15 to 20 minutes at the absolute most.
Mhm.
However, we're about to find out that her car was found past that another 15 to 20 minutes.
What? While driving, Valenti spoke to her mother and brother, and her behavior was concerning, as she appeared manic and disoriented. She was really worried, saying, "I'm going to miss my flight." According to the family, the police called Valenti on the phone, and she told the officer she was just joking around. Didn't seem to fit her personality to joke on something like that. Fanny's mother urgently contacted her husband, Erin Valenti, and requested him to get in touch with Valenti. The distressed duo conversated her on the phone for several hours until almost midnight, taking turns. At some point, Valenti bizarrely stated to her mother that everything was merely for several hours until almost midnight. Merely a game, a mental exercise they were living in a simulated world.
What? She told her mom this was a game
Yeah.
and not a game of joking, but a mental exercise, something in our heads, and that we are living in a simulated world? That gets scary fast.
Yes.
What if she was right? What happened next?
This is she preferred the Matrix. Her mother incredulously questioned whether she was involved in the scheme, which was Venti's quickly replied, no record on what the reply was. And her mother, nurse, asked Venti about the possibility of intoxication or drug concept on her part. However, Venti denied both, and her husband remembered we said we would bring this up later. Was a
Oh, that's right. He's a psychologist.
yeah, was a psychiatrist. He knew mental illness. He feared for her safety, and contacted law enforcement to conduct the welfare check. But he knew there wasn't a mental instability or history of such. This was his expertise. The police attempted, as we said, to make contact, but once again, she said she was just joking. However, her family used the movie Matrix to illustrate the code used to make up simulated reality. What is the Matrix? It is a world created by computers, built to control and transfer humans. What was the company that she was looking to get more involved with? There seems to be a link. She missed her flight from San Jose to California, from San Jose, California, back to Utah. And here, Frank announced the case of a missing person. Her family reported finding Missy to the San Jose PD. Police declined to file a missing persons report. Told the family that Valentine was an adult and could have taken off for a few days. Then on Thursday, police finally filed a voluntary disappearance. During the time she was missing, there was no activity on any credit, debit, at ATM cards.
So the police pretty much said she's an adult. She can do what she wants. Okay, keep going.
Yes. Valentini alerted the San Jose PD of her disappearance. However, they were met with refusal of a missing person report, shockingly citing the fact that Fenting was a adult. The police speculated that she could have taken off for a few days. Resorting to desperate measures, Fenting's husband proactively flew out to search for her the very next day. Subsequently, her parents arrived a few days later, having hired a private investigator to help with their search efforts. While the frantic search was going on, unknown individuals unfamiliar with Fantine was started to upload her photo on various Facebook groups for hikers in the Bay Area. One friend even turned to drone a hobbyist for help, who kindly offered to fly the areas where Venti's phone had last pinged. Cell towers. Finally, after a long wait, the San Jose PD filed Valenti's case as a voluntary disappearance on Thursday. It was worth nothing that within the span of her disappearance again, there was no use of a debit, credit, or ATM card. Before her phone was turned off, it was tracked to a location in South San Jose, Hamilton Valley, which is not that far from the airport, but is also not right next to the airport. If you would in Hamilton Valley, you would probably take 87 freeway from the Hamilton Valley out on, but Hamilton Valley extends quite a bit. But if it would been probably 15 minutes, if not more. It's kind of odd that she was out in that area. The page continued. Harrison's husband, also a psychiatrist, and Erin's mother is a nurse. It is difficult for Frank, the investigator, to understand why the police were not given greater credence to people who have experience with these type of psychiatrist situations that the police were claiming, and medical crisis who absolutely believed Erin's last calls with these types indicated that she was in danger, expressing their deep disappointment with the response of local law enforcement officers. The family had no choice but to launch a help find Erin Valenti Facebook page, compelling Bay Area into action. The social media page made it clear that the sudden onset of symptoms, both medical and physical, can occur for various reasons, even the absence of any prior symptoms. Really? Does that seem right? At 33, despite this fact, Erin, who already vulnerable, is at severe risk and needs immediate police intervention. But there had been no history of this. Regardless, the authorities have treated Erin's disappearance as disappearance as voluntary missing persons case. The page went on to add to the Harrison's husband is a qualified psychiatrist, and her mother's a nurse. They reminded and let people know, but it really perplexing why police were unwilling to take it this seriously. So their cry went out. It was unwavering to believe that Harrison's last calls indicated that she was a life-threatening situation. If anyone has any sway with San Jose Police Department, the family implored to them to intervene immediately. On Sunday, October 12th, a volunteer found her car, the rental car, parked a few blocks from where her phone was last located. On the 6,500 block of Bowes Lane, a residential street in San Jose. The volunteer discovered that she was in the back seat, was later determined to be deceased. And an investigation by San Jose police found no evidence of foul play. Authorities said there were no outgoing signs of trauma or physical harm. Bertina's husband said that she had no history of mental illness. There's never any history of anything like this. No mental diagnosis, no hospitalizations, no substance use, no arrest. As clear of a record as you can get. This is an incredible, stable person. This is unlike her. She is extremely high achieved. She concluded that there was no more evidence of foul play in regards to the recent events. Physical assessments did not reveal any notable signs of trauma or harm. The blood tests were also conducted, identifying no presence of commonly prescribed medication or substances. Despite the absence of all solid evidence, it was concrete. The young woman's parents shared their belief that their daughter had experienced a manic episode. I don't think so. I don't think this came from the parents. According to the mother, she demonstrated disconnection in her thought, spoke rapidly, and shifted unpredictably from intentions to actions. That's different than manic episodes. There may be alignment there, but other conditions didn't line up. As her husband, Valen, did not have a history of mental illness, prior hospitalization, drug abuse, or arrest. He described her as being early motivated and successful. The family is still grappling to understand the events that unfold is seeking answers. Well, it took months for the autopsy to report. According to the San Jose Medical Examiner Office, based on Frank's report, the autopsy report from the Medical Examiner's Office in San Jose was not available for several months. Thus, the passing time, people's memories fade. The report indicates that the cause of death was against sudden death. The setting of acute manic episode, but did not disclose the exact reason of her passing, except that it was considered natural. The manic episode is characterized by heightened euphoria, racing through a sense of conductness. The period usually followed by depression or irritability. The autopsy report also mentioned Valen's previous blood samples were not viable for analysis. The medical examiner.
Really? They took blood and they couldn't analyze it? That's weird.
Yeah. The medical examiner office discovered signs of manic episode and Van's electronic records in the days leading up to her plan. Now, only thing that I can think of with the line of electronic records that they were just phone calls.
So let me get it straight. This 33-year-old woman who was married, who hiked, was athletic, fit, had a loving husband, a multi-million-dollar business, and a family that she communicated with, all of a sudden